3 questions to ask before the next year to get your dream life, job, and vacation. The thing is, you're already sacrificing something, someone, some dream in your life right now. But are you doing it with intention? I was sacrificing my health for a high-paying job. I've sacrificed my time to build my resume. I have sacrificed close relationships to keep myself from feeling uncomfortable. Majority of these things I have paid a really big price for. Health for money, resume building, for missing out on, college experiences. Isolation for the fear of the unknown. But what if you could have the dream life, the dream job, and go on many dream vacations with intentional choices instead of letting life just pass by? I realized that I was, sacrificing the wrong things at the right time. And I started living my life with intention and with purpose. In this video, I'll be using the movie The Forge as a guide to discuss 3 questions to ask before the next year and what sacrifice truly means. In the movie, the main character's name is Isaiah Wright. He's a 19-year-old boy whose main interests are playing basketball and video games. And currently he is unemployed. He lives at home with his single mother. His habits, some of them include, sleeping in, frequently being late, and often being unreliable. Isaiah tends to be, self-absorbed, focused mainly on his own interests. And currently, because of his interests and lifestyle, they take him away from his mom, his relationship, as his responsibilities as a son, his duties to serve as a servant to God, because playing video games often have distracted him. They have clouded his mind and consumed too much of his time. And personally, I can relate to these struggles that are faced by Isaiah. In my past, instead of getting lost in, video games, I found myself getting caught up in TV shows and movies. They served as somewhat of an escape from stressors and challenges of reality. As I reflect on this currently, I recognize that some of my current commitments were also diverting my attention from my goals and aspirations. Just like Isaiah, I had become distracted and was beginning to lose sight of, what was truly important in my life. And after, Isaiah Mothers tells him to, go get a job, he visits a gym equipment company where he meets the president, Joshua Moore. In addition to being a successful business leader, Joshua is a practicing Christian man who enjoys helping young men grow spiritually through mentorship. And on the first meeting, Joshua asks Isaiah these 3 powerful questions, and here they are. In what way do you want to grow in the next year? What kind of man do you want to be? And what do you want people to think when they see you coming? And so here are the questions again, ladies, to ask yourself before the new year. Number 1, in what ways do you want to grow in the next year? Number 2, what kind of woman do you want to be? And number 3, if success is where preparation meets opportunity, what do you want people to think when they see you coming? Go ahead and pause the video and journal on this because it can be life-changing. Coming back to the movie, Joshua asks Isaiah to, come and visit him again once he has answers to these 3 questions. As I've continued watching The Forge, it became increasingly clear to me that if Isaiah wanted to, change his life, it would demand some type of sacrifice. This realization at that time when I first watched it, it struck a chord with me. It prompted me to consider what I was willing to give up in my own life to achieve, personal growth, to align more closely with my spiritual values. And the movie illustrated that True dedication often requires letting go of certain comforts and distractions that maybe I found myself, thinking of my own choices when I was watching the movie and the sacrifices that I needed to make to pursue a more fulfilling life. And through this journey, alongside with Isaiah, I was encouraged to evaluate where I was placing my time and energy, and if those choices were in my service of my higher calling. Later, when Isaiah provides his answers to those three questions to Joshua, Joshua not only offers him a job on that spot, he also extends his mentorship, which changes Isaiah's life forever. And when Isaiah, he sees how much his video games were costing him, he realized that, they weren't worth his time anymore. He understood that to truly devote himself to God, he needed to give something up. And this was that thing. There's also a really beautiful scene in the movie where, Isaiah calls out to God for guidance, which becomes, like a key moment for him. He ends up, donating all of his video games and really starts to clean up his life. And just like him, I often pray for, better companionships, right commitments that will take me towards my goals and help me align with them. I chose to clear out my schedule and engage only in commitments that align with those goals. And by taking those steps, I've learned that how important it is to make those intentional sacrifices on my journey called life. And with all that said, the most successful people recognize that there is always a price to pay. That sacrifice is made, if it's made with intention, it can lead to desired results. And just like in the movie, when the main character, Isaiah, he realizes that sacrificing his video game habit would free up his time for, his mom, God, work, he made the decision to give up his desire of playing video games. And by doing so, he chose to focus on building not only better relationships and creating just an overall brighter future. This decision shows that, we can take control of our choices rather than letting life just decide for us and letting it pass by. By simply choosing what we want to sacrifice instead of life choosing for us. Because, like I said in the beginning, we are already sacrificing something, someone, some dream in our life right now. So why not choose it? And if our habits today will, shape our future, what are you willing to sacrifice for the life that you want? If you enjoyed any part of this video, please make sure you hit the like button, and until next time.